Okay, so for the circuit stations, you're going to need a lot of small items. So it can either be soft toys, you can also use some rolled up socks, or some toys like this, small blocks or small balls. You can also make your own bean bag with a sock. So you just take an old sock and then you throw in some dried beans, or you can also throw in some pearled barley, and then you just tie it up. So we're going to make use of a lot of these items for the stations. So go and gather everything that you have lying around the house. You will also be needing any 4 containers. So this is just a little bench that is flipped around. You can also use baskets, you can use some mixing bowls, anything that you can find that they can put these items in. Okay, so the first station is going to be pencil rolls. So they have to move from point A to point B, so from one basket or container or mixing bowl to the other one. And they're going to start by picking one of these items, holding it close, and then they're going to roll like a pencil, holding it all the way there, and then they have to drop off their item in that basket or that container, and then they roll back, get the next one. So a good amount is to put about 5 items per station in this basket. So they're going to roll 5 times. Okay, so it's going to look like this. I am picking my homemade bean bag, holding it, and then I'm going to roll until I reach this basket, put it in, roll back. Take the next one until all of the items in this basket is in that box. Number 2 is going to be set up in the same way as station number 1, where they did the pencil rolls. So it's going to have the same idea, but they're going to do a different rotation. They're going to do a different roll. So they are going to do an egg roll. So with this one, it's important that they keep their nose on their knees. So a good way to enforce this is they're going to take the item and hide it between their knees and their tummy. So they squeeze the item like this. They're going to lie down on their back with their nose in between their knees. Okay, so when they roll, it's going to look like this. So I hide my item, and I roll until I reach this station to put my item in, and then they roll back. So it's important that their nose stays in front of their knees or on their knees, otherwise they're going to end up doing this. And we don't want that. We want them to keep in a small ball, in a tight small ball. Okay, next one, they're going to need a soft toy. So a big one works nice with this one. We are going to do tight tuck rock and rolls. So they're going to have a tight picture, a tight position, like they did with the egg rolls, but this time they're just going to rock and roll forwards and backwards. So they take their Mr. Banana or their Mr. Teddy, they're going to squeeze it in between their tummy and their knees. They're going to hug their knees, put their nose on their knees again, and then they're going to rock and roll forwards and backwards. A good amount to do of these is their age. So a 3-year-old will do 3 rock and rolls, a 4-year-old will do 4 rock and rolls, 5-year-old will do 5 rock and rolls, and so on and so forth. Next station, they will be doing a forward roll. So just make sure that the floor that they roll on is nice and soft. So you can either just put a mat on or one of those exercise mats. You can also put a thin mattress down. You can also first build a wedge, that they do it down the wedge. I will link a video in this one to show you how you can build a wedge easily at home. So a wedge is just something that goes from higher down, so it's an incline. Okay, so when they do their forward rolls, they have to remember the following things. So they're going to start in their tuck sit. It's where their knees are bent, their feet's together, they're on their toes, their tummy is open, their hands are up. Okay, so we start tuck position. So that's number 1, tuck position. Then you're going to say pizza hands. So they have to put their hands down flat. Then they're going to lift their bums, look at their tummy, roll. Okay, let's just go through that again. So they start tuck sit, big pizza hands, bums up, look at their tummy, and roll. It's also important to help them and to teach them that they don't roll on top of their head, but ask them to show you that they must roll there. So they put their head down on that part of their head. That part goes on the floor and not this part. For the last station, you're going to need a bottle or a pipe, maybe something that's a little bit smaller for the smaller hands, and then also a string that's attached with some tape, masking tape or sellotape. And then what we're going to do is tie the end of the string to a basket or to a skateboard or to something that's a little bit heavier. Okay, so I'm going to tie it to this bench with Mr. Banana inside. Okay, so for the object of this is just to strengthen their wrist and their hand muscles a little bit. So they're going to take the bottle and then they're going to rotate it so that the string rolls up, it spins up. And when it's tight enough, it's going to start pulling the basket towards them, like this. Here you go. Okay, so these stations will be set up in a circuit, meaning it's kind of like in a circle. So they will do the pencil roll, then they will go on to the egg roll, then they will go on to the next station, and then they will start again. So they will just keep going and doing all these stations a few times.